what inspired you to hike the Pacific Crest Trail?
That is actually the most relevant question I think I've been asked all day. So I think what inspired me, or at least led me to the idea, is I was at a point in life where I felt really like my life was monotonous and kind of like the same routine every day, which maybe is just being an adult. And I just realized I don't want to live my life without doing something epic, but epic and attainable at the same time. And, you know, I was sitting at the table with my dad eating dinner one time and drinking a couple beers, and we were talking about that, and he kind of said, you know, why don't you do like one of those long trails? I was like, what do you mean? He said, why don't you hike something like the Pacific Crest Trail? And then from there I spiraled into an obsession of researching it and watching people's video logs. And I kept thinking, oh, I could do that. I think I could do this. Like, it's at first, it's kind of the idea at first is, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it. Then you start thinking about it and watching and researching more, like, maybe I can do it. And eventually I was like, I think I just have to do it because I'm obsessed. So yeah, just wanting to do something epic and not pushing that off until I'm retired, when I probably will be so old I won't want to move off my porch. Getting in the adventure now while I'm young and my body feels good. My body feels medium good.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then I got Ellie on here. So funny. So this is my sleeping bag that I gotta somehow make fit in this bag. So that's gonna be interesting. So what happens is, if whenever you are storing it, you have to store it loose so that it doesn't ruin all the like goose down or whatever this is called. I'm making up terms. And then when you pack it, it like compacts into a small, like you gotta get all the air out. But really, this sleeping bag will probably be ruined by the end of it, because like when it's stored that long like that, it wears down the stuff inside. This is my sit pad. This is a luxury item. It's also a taco maker, is how I use it. This is for my food. This is a rain pack cover. This is the lightest jacket, so this is my winter jacket. Feel that? Or can you? Like how light it is? It's super light. So that's a really good jacket. And this is my rain jacket, also extremely light. So all my gear obviously is expensive because it has advanced technology for less than the weight of a feather. So this is for ice, like when I walk on like the slopes. So imagine everything you snowboard down, like when there's no powder, or even if there is and there's ice underneath, so I don't fall and die. Still a possibility. First aid, money wallet, butt wipes. We'll skip this part. These are my Walmart camp shoes. My Hokas, which are my favorite. Actually, those are really good to the shoes. AirPods, sunglasses, Reese's stuff. And this is like my extra clothes for my parents to mail me if I need it. And my food bag. And that's pretty much. Oh, I guess I need a tent. My tent's in here. Boom. My tent. My sleeping mattress. And my water filter. And that's pretty much it. My stove. My trekking poles. This is duct tape. This is a little trick that I learned from watching people. So instead of like having to store tape, you just wrap it around your trekking poles. So my dad is doing the first 100 miles with me, and he's been training which is like running with a couple beers. And yeah, I think that'll be a good transition for me, because it'll be scary at night when it's dark and quiet. I have earplugs in here somewhere. But yeah, 100 miles, so 100 miles of the desert.
What is something you're a little fearful about?
Not finishing. That's scary, because I'm goal-oriented. My brother is staring at me. Reese, put me in an audience. Come answer this for me. Not finishing, but as far as like technical stuff on the trail, definitely heights. So Reese will attest to that, actually. I'm scared of heights. You say whatever you're gonna say. Yeah. But not to where I won't do them. I'm scared during it.
thousands of people that do this hike every year,
Yeah.
and you have a soon start date.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any people you've already met online who are doing the hike this year that you might meet up with, or?
Yes. There are tons of different online forums, like there's a huge Facebook group, and that's the primary forum I use, that and Instagram, but there's a big Facebook group where it's called Class of 2022 for the PCT, and we all are on there talking, like we'll post pictures, and they've been there since like basically a year at a time they do it. So I've been in this group for a year. So we went through the permit process together. We've gone through where people are posting like their fears and like just getting excited, getting ready. And I've also already seen people posting their start pictures. So that'll be me soon. This is my roommate and brother.
I think we've been on the whole time.
How would you hike the PCT?
Sections of it, yes, but definitely not the whole thing.
What would be your favorite section? The desert?
No, the northern part, like the mountains and stuff.
So everyone
not a
else-
desert person.
You don't like the heat?
I mean, the heat's okay, it's just not all the same.
So are you worried about me going on it?
I mean, I think you'll probably die, but it's okay.
Well, that's encouraging. So since you prophesized my death, how do I die?
Not prepared for that question.
I'm not prepared for the answer.
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe,
So he thinks I'm gonna die because of
maybe a bear comes up and you accidentally turn the bear spray the wrong direction and spray yourself.
That is actually, I do need to read the back of that bottle.
That's an April thing for sure.
I've YouTubed everything except that, so. It's
No,
not gonna
but
be.
seriously, a little bit, you get a little nervous, but.
Yeah. So.
It's good in a way. I'm happy in a way. Gonna be away from you for a little bit, a little happy.
Yeah,
But
mermaids.
then,
Oh, he got me a gift yesterday. It's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Tell him what it is.
Huh?
What did you get me?
Oh, it was like a bracelet thing that had like a compass on it.
Yeah, it's a really cool, like it looks honestly more like decorative, and it's actually got a small compass, which is great because for one, I didn't get a compass and I needed one, and I was just gonna yellow it and hope my phone never dies. And now I have a permanent, compass, and it actually looks pretty fashionable. High fashion on trail.
So with the PCT being about a 6-month-long hike, how do you fit that into your work and personal life?
I think this is a really good question that a lot of, people that are trying to do something like this have. I know I had it as well. And it's also scary because, for one, if you have a job, do you quit your job? Do you ask them for the time off? I mean, it's a really long time, so not many places are probably going to be excited to let you off that long. So a lot of hikers are actually retired people, or they're teachers, or people who are in between jobs or quit their jobs. That does not apply to me. I do have a job. I think all I can say about my job is that I was pleasantly surprised at how they reacted. I fully expected to, basically have to just tell them the news and us both be sad and me walk away to Canada. But it actually turned out okay, and I think that I should have had more faith in the people I work with, because it was a good reaction, and I think I have a lot of support, and I'm very lucky for my job. Financially speaking, I've been planning this hike for over 2 years, and I've made a lot of sacrifices along the way, so that's a lot of shopping at Walmart for everything, and just having to make sacrifices on other things in my life to be able to afford this, and being very patient. Patience is key, because I wanted to do this last summer, but I ended up having to wait, not just because of financial reasons, but for other reasons. But it worked out better for me in the long run, because now I can go on the hike without having to worry about finances, because I had another year to save. Being patient, and if you want to do it, if you want to do something like this, you have to make it work. So I think you have to really want it. My advice is patience and bravery to tell you your job. My brother's making friend.
What are some ways people can follow you on your hike?
Good question. My dad will appreciate this one. You can follow me at April All Around on YouTube, or you can follow my Instagram, where I'm going to be posting reels or stories? I'm going to have to figure all that out, pretty tomorrow-ish. I'm going to be posting on Instagram more like live time, and more of a lag on the videos on YouTube because I have to edit them, and that also is going to be a lot of Googling on my part. So YouTube, April Around, or Instagram, April Around, and hit me up in my DMs if you want to sponsor. Just kidding, no.